You need to relax a little bit. Stand, put your hands together, bring up to the front. None other than Kelly O'Connell. Kelly, where are you? Thank you guys. And welcome to the NVP panel. Now, up on this stage is going to be about 50 years of experience between everybody. They know what they're doing. You're going to want to learn from them, but we're going to call out our first member of the panel, and we have a little something we need to do. You guys know her. I don't need to introduce you to her. She's the #1 income earner in this company. She's a leader above and beyond all leaders, but it's also her birthday. So I'd like to introduce you to Janie Jones, National Vice President. Stay standing as well. Now, I am not holding this microphone for song. I know better than that. That's why Lorraine's staying here. She thinks I can sing. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear baby. Leadership style is that she doesn't like the spotlight herself. So thank you for helping us.
Every convention is my birthday. Have you known?
I know she needs to change her birthday. I think maybe next week, you know, every single convention she celebrates it with us, and that's pretty cool. Yeah. All right, so every single other person on this panel has impacted my life in some way, shape, or form in the way that they handle their business. You heard her this morning. She's probably the funniest person in all of AmeriPlan, hands down. See, they're rearranging backstage because they already know who's coming up next. My father came to a convention. He remembers one thing. He remembers the time that she said, it's so good that Dennis and Daniel have each other because they can exchange parts in case somebody can't write the check anymore. Please welcome Fatima. This next couple has been in the industry longer than they've been in AmeriPlan. They are in the $250,000 President's Club. It might even be $300,000 because I don't have stats with me. They are experienced beyond experience and electrifying speakers. Please bring up to the stage Debera and Jerome Scott. When I look for information in this business, when I'm looking for the nit-noi details, it's not my strong suit, but I look to this next man to give me the stats I need to deliver to my prospects. Please welcome James Beach. And our final panelist couple hails out of New Jersey. They now live in Dallas. I know them quite well. The very first NSD event I attended, Miss Carol Garvey got up on that stage and told everybody, if you want to make some money in this business, check out my shoes. That's what it's all about. And she showed us all her great pair of shoes she had on. I never forgot it. They were white and fabulous. Please welcome to the stage Carol and Joe Garvey. A limited amount of time, so I want to get as much information from you guys as we can so that when these people go home, they can work their business as hard as you did to make the kind of money that you make. Now, everybody up here is in the Millionaires Club in AmeriPlan, but between them in 1 year, this group of people makes over $2 million. So it's a fantastically successful group of people. So let me start with you, Janie. Janie made National Vice President a while back, and she didn't even know that she was going to make National Vice President. She looked at her back office and said, oh, I just need one more National Sales Director. I'm going to do this. And she didn't even know it was happening because she was busy building. And my experience with Janie has always been, Janie, I need some help with this, what do I do? And she would always say the same thing over and over, pick up the phone and start talking with people. And while you may think that's a simple thing and you need more information, sometimes it's that simple. So when you bring someone into the business, what do you tell them? How do you help them get started and motivated to build this?
Well, everyone's different. First, I've learned to really find out what is their style. Some people want to do offline marketing, and then some people want to do online marketing. For example, if somebody would approach me and say, oh, you have to go and talk to businesses, I would have been really afraid of that. So I've learned to, when a new person comes into my business, I always find out, great, so let me ask you, do you want to learn how to help people save money, or do you want to start team building? And then whatever they respond, the next question will be, great, do you want to do it online or offline? And then we can work with that.
So when you're working with somebody and you determine what they want to do and you send them off to the races, what do you want from them? What are you looking to see in that person to know that you want to invest your time and effort into helping them build this?
Yeah. Well, I don't like to convince people to work. I don't like to drag them to the finish line, because it's not really fun, if you're trying to drag them with you to come to meetings, or do the training. So I'm pretty laid back. I like to give them, okay, great, let me give you some homework to do, you call me. And then, it's like, okay, let's see what you got. And then if they do call, like when I remember Kelly when I first, she had a 1, a 2, and a 3-year-old. And I was like, how is she gonna find the time to work the business? So I'm like, yeah, okay, Kelly, you're sure gonna sign up, yeah. But she kept on calling, asking questions. And I thought, okay, well, she's asking questions, she must be serious. So I would give her homework, and she would say, call me back. Okay, I call these people. I'm like, okay. Then we would give her more homework, and she would call back. So those are the people I look for.
Thank you so much. And Fatima, for you, what would you do if you didn't have AmeriPlan?
No, that's
Yeah, right now. No softballs up here.
Okay. If I didn't have AmeriPlan, I don't know why she asked me that question, because you have to realize I've never been to college or anything, so I wouldn't be working in a high-power position. So I'm going to have to be honest with you, because I'm not used to being on the panel. My best friend, she's a pole dancer. Nothing's wrong with that. That's a good profession to have. That's a good profession to have. I remember how she told me, she said, that business don't work out. I can get you on here because I know the manager real good. So I'm not saying I would do that.
I'm looking for a poll as you're talking.
So that would be my answer. I mean, I'm not saying I would do that, but that's all I have to go on for now.
Wait a minute, take that microphone back. So, Fatima again. So when you're building this business, you have the blessing of residual income while you were sick and while you were down. Can you talk to everybody, because you didn't have that in the beginning. Your first months here, you're building a residual commission. What did you do to get there to the point where you had an income in place where when you got sick, it was really important for you to be able to take some time off?
Okay, well, what I did, I just stayed focused, like I said. I just stayed focused and I stayed out there. Again, I've never done anything online. I just got up every morning, got dressed. I had a newborn baby at the time, and we went around to all the different beauty shops. I went to beauty shops, they're independent. I went to daycare centers, auto mechanics, pest control. I just went and I did it every day, and I was consistent, and I kept doing it because I liked the money that I was making. I liked the advance pay, and I was watching that residual check grow every month. So that's what kept me out there. You know, I just stayed persistent. I stayed, that's all it was. I just stayed persistent. Did I answer that right?
Yes, you did. And Fatima works this business face-to-face entirely.
Oh yeah, entirely.
And Janie works this business on the internet entirely. And to know that there's two different personalities with quite a bit of success knows that your niche is out there as well for you. Thank you, Fatima, very much. Jerome and Debera, leadership, what does that mean to you? What are you looking for when you're trying to find a leader to run with in this business?
Okay, I'll just go first because that's exactly what I do. I look for someone just like me. I show them what we do, and I wanted to duplicate the excitement. I said, do you see exactly what I see after they look at the website? And if their eyes are gleaming like mine, and they see the residual income like I see it, then I want to duplicate myself. And when I see that they have that zeal and they want to know what to do next, that's when I introduce them to Jerome. And he basically gives them all the details information.
She brings in the big guns.
Basically, what I look for people that want to save money and people that want to make money. And that's the way that goes. But seriously, we look for individuals that are teachable and coachable, and we feel that most people want the same thing in life. They want good health. They want to do things for the people that they love and care about. They would love to have peace of mind when it comes to income. And when you can let people know how powerful the concept of residual income is, not hurting anyone. It's like a luxury once enjoyed becomes a necessity. Once you become accustomed to residual income, there's nothing better. And so that's what I try to instill that in people. I come from a background of health and nutrition as well as insurance. And then when I first went to work with New York Life, I quickly learned exactly what residual income was. But I also learned how small it can be when you start talking about 0.5% or something, whatever, and this. But with AmeriPlan, we start talking generous things like 15%, 10, 5, and things of that nature. I say, this is very, very interesting. And that's what got our attention.
Jerome, one more question for you. When you have a team as large as yours, and you're looking for people that are stepping up to the plate, because if you're in that organization, you want to make yourself noticeable to leaders that are going to support you. And if you're not kind of, hey, here I am, they don't know you're there. You know, somebody 3 or 4 levels down in your organization, you may not connect with that human being unless they make an effort. So when somebody comes to you, what does that say about that person? What does it tell you about their fortitude?
Well, when they come to me, number one, that's a head start, because when they're reaching out, our philosophy and our support is in direct proportion to how serious we perceive you are. So if you're calling and you're asking questions, that's a good thing. Because a lot of people want things, but a lot of people are not willing to pay the price. Once you let us know that you are willing to pay the price, you get your shirt off our back. Make no mistake about it. And so that's how.
Thank you. That was exactly what I was looking for. Joe, James, you're inspiring to me. You're a numbers guy. You get it. You understand what residual means. You come from the insurance background. You understand the value of what we have to offer. People join your organization. Are you explaining and teaching that right out of the gate? And how do you help someone get started in this business?
Oh yeah, first of all, I gotta say, I am her best friend. It saddens me she mentioned my night job out in public. I'm sorry. The pole job. The dancing job.
Now I really need a pole. Somebody get me a pole.
I'm sorry to do that before lunch. That was an awful picture. I'm sorry. I was so proud of you. I did it. Okay, I'm sorry. What was the question? No. Oh, yeah.
I can't unsee that, James. Thanks.
No, getting people off to a good start is very important. I always sit down with them, and just like they said, you got to find out who your workers are, who the people are that you're going to be putting your time with. And that's why you got to give them an action plan. Get them started right. They got to be educated, so we got to do some training, and that's very important. But the best thing you can do is lead by example, and that's what all these people up here have done. You know, they lead by example. Best generals, always out front with their troops, you know. General Patton. I used to say Custer, but he got slaughtered, so I'm not going to count him. But yeah, lead by example, best way to be a good leader, I think.
And you know, we keep talking about the people who reach out and come to you. Did anybody out of the 10 national sales directors you found to make you a national vice president? And I think we can all agree we don't make it to that position alone.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. Did anybody surprise you and come out of nowhere?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, you know, you think, you see someone, you think, that's going to be my ace. But it truly is like a deck of cards. You know, you get some jokers in there. And get some twos, queens, yeah. But every once in a while you do find an ace, but it's not where you're expecting. It's always a great surprise. So if you work with the willing, they're going to show you who the real aces are. And they'll listen, they're coachable, and they'll get into action like you need them to do. And then all the NSDs, I think we can all say, we had to work with each and every one to help them get there. Everybody needs help in this business, all of us.
Thank you, James.
Yep.
Now, when you have those 10 people in place, your leadership style with your organization, you're assuming that those NSDs really have it in their group, and sometimes they don't. You know, they're not training and coaching your organization. What's the message to reach down and find those leaders in your group?
Yeah, and I think this is very key. A lot of times your leader really kind of just made it, because in our business, that's one of our advantages. You can make a lot of money on what someone else is really doing because they're working hard. That's kind of nice, isn't it? But sometimes because of that, you can't zero in on who is getting all the accolades. It's really the people down here that are really the workers. It's kind of like bees, you know, they're the worker bees. The queen gets all the glory. Well, you need to understand what's happening in your own group and then give those people attention. And I tell you what, they'll surpass anything these other people are doing. They'll really shine if you allow it. And so it's just about being kind of zeroed in on what's happening in your team. And it makes a difference, it really does.
Thank you, James. Carol and Joe, in your organization, you're building up some powerful people. You're working really hard with that organization. What do you do to get the message across? We are coming home from a meeting where really, in effect, AmeriPlan has got something different in every area of our business right now. Change is exciting, but change is also scary for some people. How do you balance that, and what are you going to do when you go home, when you're working with your group? Are you going to call? Host a call? No?
Let's see, what am I going to do? First, I want to thank you for putting me next to James. Sitting next to James, he makes me look really little. I like that. It is. I'm just going to hang out with you. Okay. Part of the whole thing with convention is you try your best to get everybody you can here, because just taking information back is not nearly as exciting as being here. Everybody agree with that? So what we've always done is, rather than us just getting on the phone with a conference call and kind of lecturing them on, not lecturing, but giving a lecture on what all the changes are, that's going to happen. But what we like to do is get our people who were here at the convention on the conference call with the rest of the team, so that they can each share that excitement, what nugget they got, and how important it was that they were here, and how it infuses you with something. It's invisible, but it's evident when people have been to a convention. It's night and day from how they are reacting to the news as opposed to someone who's just getting it as information. So that comes across when you have your people that were here, have them get on a call and tell you not just the information, but the whole experience that they had. That makes the people at home feel like, well, first they missed something. Nobody likes to miss anything. And they'll probably be at the next event. But it makes it more real to them hearing it from others and not just us.
Thank you, Carol. Joe, I'm gonna throw a hard one right at you because I know you can handle it. And you're from Jersey, so I'm gonna just cut to it, right?
I'm a baseball player. I throw them a hard curveball, whatever you want to throw.
We don't have to peel the onion, we're just right in the middle. Okay, so it's probably not always been easy for you, this industry. Take me through your beginnings in this industry. What did you struggle with when you started, and how'd you get over it?
Wow, great question. That's probably easy for me because it was struggle from day one. You know, when you're dealing with people, I always said this business would be great if it wasn't for the people. You know what I'm talking about? Anyone have people issues every now and then? You know, they promise the world, they talk big, and then they fizzle out. You know, the bigger they talk, the worse they're gonna, the faster they fall. But you know, I'll give you an example of. We're about 3 or 4 months in. We were seniors, I believe, or executives, and there was a contest where if someone went fast track senior, there'd be a $2,000 bonus. And I had 3 people rise up and say, "Put me in, coach, I'm ready to play." And so we worked around the clock with these 3 people, and they were our hope for the future. They were going to take us straight to national. Every one of them went fast track senior. Excuse me. They got their $2,000 bonus, and guess what? Witness protection program. I said, "Thanks for the money, see ya." You know, and Carol and I, the next morning we woke up when all 3 of them disappeared, and we looked at each other, and tears were running down our eyes, and we were saying, "What are we going to do now?" And all we knew to do was get back up and go back for it and go to convention.
Joe, I love that. I love that.
And then one more thing though.
Yes,
at that convention, the nuggets were so strong that 3 people again rose up and said, "We captured a nugget, let's go for it." And we said, "Let's jump in with these new 3 people, our new hope." And within a year, all 3 of them rose up and went straight to national sales director. We had a $90,000 a year raise, and from that point, we were over $150,000 a year.
Wow. That's awesome. And working with your organization, you know, a lot of times people feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, y'all, but sometimes you set a goal. You come to an event, you set a goal, and then you may not hit that goal. And then you think, I'm not going to call my upline because I'm too embarrassed that I didn't hit it. Or it's just easier to say, forget it, I'm not even going to do this. You're recognizing that in people. As Janie said earlier on, every personality is different. And if you're going to be a leader to your organization, you need to recognize that sometimes people need you to reach out to them. So if you've got a group that you know are working and they're consistent and they're serious, Joe, what kind of leadership qualities are you trying to hand them over so that it trickles into your organization?
Wow, you see people rising up in your organization. You want to plant into them seeds of hope for the future. And you want to give them everything that you can give of yourself, the time, the energy. You know, first, there's level 1 communication is on the phone, not emails, not text. Although that's helpful at times to answer a quick question. But you want to give them everything you've got and let them know that you're there with them in the trenches to help them build it big. And teach them how to do personal development. Your money will rise as your personal development rises. So we do book clubs where we read books. We read books together and share our thoughts on a conference call. We listen to CDs, Jim Rohn or whatever, Tony Robbins. There's so many great ones out there, and we encourage personal development within the team, and then we act upon it with the level 1 communication, communicating with them and giving them everything we've got to raise them up to be the leaders that they were called to be.
Thank you, Joe. Back to you, Janie. Building this business, you're dealing with all different types of personalities. Some people train better face-to-face. Some people train better on the phone. Some people watch videos. Some people like to read. How do you make sure your organization gets the information?
Well, I'm very fortunate. We have, the culture in our organization is that people want to help. You know, people want to go and do training. There are some people that love to do webinars, and there are some people that want to do offline marketing. So it's really cool that we just look at the leaders and, you know, and see what are their strengths, and then we plug them in, you know, to do training, and that's how, you know, everyone, there's a little bit of everything for everybody.
Thank you. And one final question for you, Janie. You started in this company 12 years ago this week, by the way, and you're an IBO. So let's put you back to that. You're an IBO. What did you do to build your business?
What do I do to build it?
What did you do starting out of the gate to build your business?
Yeah. Well, I believe in numbers. You know, I went fast and I went wide. You know, I believe in adding quantity, because if you add the quantity, you're going to find the quality people. I mean, I'm just a quantity gal. So I didn't do anything magical. I just added a whole lot of people to my front line. And then eventually the cream will rise to the top. They'll call and they'll email you. You grab those people, you work with those people.
Thank you. Janie Jones. Okay, Fatima, take me back. You're back in the very beginning of your business. You were getting in and out of your car through the window. You came to meetings and you were doing this face-to-face, building your team. How did you do that in the beginning? Take yourself back to IBO, and what kept you going when it seemed like the money wasn't there yet? Because I believe in this business, the money is in a 90-degree cycle. You work really hard and then the money catches up with you later. So you've got to have a belief that holds you through those first 90 days. How did that work out for you?
You know, it was pretty easy. I stayed plugged in. Like I say, the young lady who brought me into business, I didn't hear anything from her. So by me calling the 1-800 number and them sending me over to the meeting in Houston, and everybody, you know, gravitating to me and putting their arms around me and telling me what to do, I stayed plugged in. I just stayed plugged in to the meeting system. And like, I just got and did what I had to do. Like I say, I have no computer skills like Janie and the rest of them. And I don't even really check my email. I think the last time I checked my email, I have 9,000. It's like, what does everybody want? You know? So I lived in a little apartment back there, so I did a lot of home meetings. And those worked out really good for me. And I just kept that going every week. I just kept doing my meetings, and I would have my group meet me either on a Saturday or a Friday, and we all get in each other's cars, and I showed them how to work the field. I know it might sound crazy because it's a computer world, but we worked the field. Just walked into a beauty shop. Hi, my name is Tina, and they sent me over here to get you guys signed up. That's something I made up. Nobody sent me nowhere. You see what I'm saying? But it works. It works. That's what I still do that to this day. If I was to go back out there, I'll walk into a beauty shop. Hey, ladies, how you guys doing today? They sent me over here to get you all signed up on your dental plan. And they think, oh, yes. And you know, and just start talking to them. And people are like friendly people. Just go in there and smile and dress nice. You know, you don't want to overdress. You don't want to put on too much makeup, and you know, you just want to dress nice and go in there and they'll listen to you. And even barbershops are real good for the ladies to go into. Now, me and you might do good too, because you know, you get for other kind of funny men, you just go in there too. You know what I'm saying? You can do. I'm just saying, being real, you can go in there, you'll do real good too. And a lot of my people I got from by me doing it the horse and buggy way. I got a lot of people from banks. What you do is go to the bank on Fridays, on payday, the 1st and the 15th, stand in line, strike up a conversation. That's what I do.